Alright guys, welcome back, and today we are going to see like how we can set up this data lake house in the AWS. So let's get started. So as you can log into the AWS console, you should search for this lake house. Yeah, you can search for the lake formation. Yeah, then you can go to the administration's roles and tasks. So at present, as you can see, like there is only admin user that has been added here. So basically every time we are creating this lake formation, then we have to add in some administration. So as you can see, this admin has been added here, which is the default role by which I'm currently logged in into this AWS account. So I can also create one user. One second, let me show you. You can go to IAM console, can create user. You can type it as an LF admin. You can give it any name. Just for simplicity, I'm just giving it as a LF admin. And for now, let's not add it to any group and all. So let's keep it simple. Yeah, so my user is now created. Now I would like to add that user as an administration role. Click on add, click on LF admin, just confirm. Yeah, so now we have that user added here as an data lake administrators. Alright, let's start on the data lake setup part. So generally you can first go there in the lake formation. You can click on the dashboards. Here you can see this option as a data lake setup. So it has a 3 stages. First you have to register your S3 storage wherein you are expecting those files in future, and stage 2 will be you create a database and that database will hold that information that is sitting there in S3 as an tables, and in a stage 3 obviously we have to manage the permissions part for that. Okay, so let's get started with the stage 1. So you can click on the register location here, and before that I'll tell you like both lake house formation, like here it's selected as an US East 2, the region of this lake formation, and the region in which you want to create the bucket, and those two things, those two regions should be under the same geography, otherwise your data lake formation will throw an error. I'll show you that example one second. So let's create a bucket here. You can give it some name like data lake S3 RTC, and for this particular demo you just have to select this default option and you can simply click on create bucket. I also already had created this data lake RTC with the data and all, so that's why I'm not doing it again, but yeah, just for the demo purpose I just wanted to show you. So as you can see here, I already have a user.csv sitting here in this data lake S3 RTC, and more important thing is if you click on its properties, it's there in US East 2, as you can see the bucket AWS region. Same thing is here for my lake formation which I'm currently demoing you. Okay, so let's start. Let me link this to my register location. I'll select my bucket name. I'll review my permissions. Sometimes what happens, like there are certain permissions that already been set up for this S3 location, and that may collide with the, because now you are creating a lake formation and lake formation itself has its own set of permissions that we have to give to go on that data. So sometimes that issue occurs. So it's better to check for the review location permissions, like is there anything that is colliding or any principal type or principal that we have to handle, or that we can manually invoke that as part of a whole solution for the lake formation. So as you can see, there is nothing that is there because just a simple new bucket and no one is currently accessing it. So let's continue, and you can scroll down. You can see there are two options: hybrid access mode and lake formation mode. So earlier, not earlier, at present also we are using the IAM permissions to handle all this, but as part of the lake formation it also helps user for governing the data. It can help the governing the database and table, all the permissions with respect to the columns, with respect to the rows, and also can help in governing all the S3 locations. So you can say it's an single point of contact if we can if we have to grant any access to anyone. So this feature we can go ahead for this lake formation. For now, let's click on register location. Alright, so we are done with the first step here. Now click on the dashboard again. So as we have created this registered this location as part of this, now in the second step we have to create a database. Let's click on this. Okay, let's create the database now. I can type the name as a database 101. You can select the catalog as a default one. You can leave the location part for now. You'll see in the future like how I will be able to relate my S3 location that I have created for the that I registered as part of lake formation, how that will be linked to our database and all the tables. Then you can click on create database. Yeah, so we are done with the part 1, part 2. So part 1 we created an S3 location. In part 2 we created a database. Now you can click here. Let me refresh. You can see my database has been created here. So this database is not like it's only available in the lake formation, it's also there in the glue part. So let's open Glue Studio. Yeah, so let's click on the database. As you can see, this database has just been created. Great. Now let's get back to the lake formation. Go to the lake setup and step 3. Now we are done with S3 locations. We have registered the locations that are receiving the data, and now we are also done with the databases wherein we will host that particular data that is coming in there in S3. Third step is we have to manage those permissions and all and go on the data. So let's click on the grant permissions now. Alright, so as you can see, there is a principal types. We can use some key value attributes for the permissions. Generally we generally go with these principles only, wherein we manually specify the users and roles. So for this I can also select my user or any role that I want to. I can also use the second option wherein I can use the SSOs, Okta or anything like that. I can use the SAML permissions as well, or I can use my external accounts if I want to use those external accounts outside my organization. So I'll go with this one. So before that I want to create one common role which will be in common with my lake formation, my glue and my S3. So let me first create that role for you. I'll go to this roles. Okay, let's select this glue. For now, let's not add any permissions. Let's give it a name like 000 glue demo, and you can simply create the role. Alright, we have the role created for us. As you can see, there is no permissions that we are manually adding it here because we want to control everything from the lake formation. Let me refresh this page. Okay, let me see. Yeah, now I can see this new role that I have created. So this part is done. Now LF tags or catalog resources and also I'll talk about it in a next video. So basically based on our LF tags we can have a more granular permissions level, like we can control which user can see what sort of rows, and like we can also control the columns, like if someone is from admin team they can see the certain columns, and someone is from sales team they only can see those certain columns from that table and all. So that those things we can control from the LF tags. or we have two options, resource matched by this and named data catalog centers. So I'll talk more about this in upcoming video. Let's leave this part as is. Alright, so as we created a database, let's create let's add some permissions for that role that we have created. So you can say create, alter, drop, describe, and let's keep this grantable permissions as is, because grantable means like if I have added someone, then they can also add someone as an user there in the database. So let's not touch those permissions for now. For the future table that we are going to create in our database, let's say we can have the permissions like select, insert, we can have a delete rows, alter. Let's not keep the drop for now, simply create the grant. I think some issue is there. Okay, let's check what went wrong. Let me select the permissions again. I'll select my IAM role. I'm using a named catalog permissions. Select my database. I'll give it a permissions. Okay, great. Now it works. Okay, so let's go to the data permissions and we'll see is it really getting updated or not. So okay, so let's click on the database. Yeah, so I have my database created and I have my permissions that are in place. I added this IAM role that I've created, and this is the part of my database 101. Okay, all right. So yeah, we are done with the data lake setup for now, and in the next video we'll talk more about the permissions, how we can granularly control them, how we can allow a user to select only specific rows, or how we can use the LF tags to control those permissions in a much better way. Let's say I have an environment development. For that I can only select certain rows. Let's say I have an environment production, then only I can select the certain rows. So based on those key value pairs, I can I mean control those permissions in a much better way. So we'll continue in the next lecture. Thanks for joining. Thank you. Alright, thanks for joining. So if you found this session helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more data engineering insights. Thank you.